Bitcoin just hit new all-time highs, and we have exactly been predicting this on the channel here. Things are looking very good for Bitcoin, and in this video we will discuss the most important Bitcoin price data. We will take a look into some on-chain data and also the latest news hitting the market, and of course a deep dive into Ethereum and altcoins. So for me guys, make sure to first of all subscribe to the channel and watch and like my latest YouTube video, and then we can dive in towards the most important content. Since Bitcoin just made new all-time highs, but I do think this is actually a point in the market where we do have to be a little bit cautious. I don't want to be overly bullish. I was very bullish at, for example, this bull flag breakout, but now Bitcoin is trading at this super important next resistance. And that's something we can't neglect. If Bitcoin is going to break through, basically continue this new move higher, that's going to be super bullish for Bitcoin. If that isn't going to happen, Bitcoin could be getting a new correction to the downside, just like we have seen in this top area basically. But I must say, I'm more bullish than bearish here. I do think there's a high likelihood that Bitcoin is going to continue this move to the top side, and that's going to be the moment where Bitcoin will see the most exponential rally to the top side, because we haven't ever broken above this exact resistance line during all these bull markets. So it's starting to look quite good here, and if Bitcoin is going to see continuation, I do think we are going so much higher, because to be fair, this is of course a big move and we have been exactly calling it on the channel, but it isn't such a big move yet. We can definitely go a little bit higher from here, but it does depend. If Bitcoin is going to fall back from here, I do think that could be a little bit bearish, and I don't want to turn overly bullish exactly on the moment where we have seen that first Bitcoin move. I do think we could see a little bit of consolidation and then the next Bitcoin move higher. But don't get me wrong, I'm still very bullish on Bitcoin, and I do definitely think that Bitcoin is going much higher this year. Bitcoin is exactly breaking out of the perfect setup, just like we've seen a few times before during this bull market. We've seen the liquidity grab, and now the big move to the top side where a lot of shorts are getting liquidated. So it's exactly happening again. History is exactly repeating, and yeah, you can see that this isn't such a big move with, for example, compared to the November move here and all the other moves after such a big setup. It is quite a similar move now, like we've seen from here, but I do think this move was a lot different than what we are currently seeing here. And to showcase that, I do think this is a great comparison we have here. Basically, if you compare the rally we are seeing now with this November move higher, we first of all saw the stock market making new all-time highs, exactly like we've seen now. Then Bitcoin followed, making new all-time highs, and after that altcoins started to follow. So actually, I'm more bullish on altcoins currently than I am on Bitcoin, because I do think altcoins are now lagging behind a little bit, and I do think altcoins will be catching up here. And yes, this Bitcoin move could definitely be continuing higher. We could see a little bit of a cool off here, but if we are going to compare it to November, this Bitcoin move isn't over yet. But it is going to be important to see that continuation quickly, to be breaking through this resistance, and once we're going to see that, I'm going to start being very bullish on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is basically exactly following the global liquidity once again, and now we must say that there is a little bit of a consolidation zone for the global liquidity next. So that could be indicating that we are going to see a little bit of a cool off, but yeah, Bitcoin isn't always 100% correlated with the global liquidity. We could still see a major move higher from here, especially because the funding rates aren't so high yet, so there's still a lot of room to be moving high. If you, for example, compare the funding rates during that November move higher with the funding rates now, it's totally different. We saw a large spike in those funding rates during November, and we haven't seen anything like that for this new move higher for Bitcoin. So there's still a lot of room to be moving higher here, which is ultimately very bullish. Also, we are seeing some major inflows through that spot Bitcoin ETFs once again. BlackRock, Fidelity and ARK Invest just bought over $1 billion worth of Bitcoin. So that's absolutely insane. And also the Ethereum ETF saw some massive inflows. BlackRock bought over $300 million in inflows, a record inflow for BlackRock. It's absolutely insane. and this is going to be catapulting the prices much higher if this is going to continue here. And guys, if you want to be trading Bitcoin altcoins yourself, make sure you do it on Bitfinex over here, because now I can offer you guys an amazing deal. If you're going to sign up for Bitfinex now, you can claim over 100,000 US dollars in different beginner bonuses. So I do think Bitfinex is the platform out there which is currently providing the best setup for beginners to start trading Bitcoin and altcoins. So make sure to check Bitfinex out with the link in my bio, because only then you will be able to claim all of these rewards. So make sure to check it out, because now there are so many opportunities within the market. You do want to be set up with a good trading account here. And then let's discuss Ethereum, because Ethereum is back at 3,000 US dollars, and that is absolutely insane, because we have been accumulating Ethereum a lot on this channel. Ethereum is now breaking out of this accumulation zone, but yeah, let's discuss the most important thing, the bull market price targets for Ethereum here, because we have been breaking through this 0.5 Fibonacci level, which has been a super tough resistance basically. Now we are breaking through it, and I do think this conservative case, that 4,000 US dollars range high target, is going to get hit this year. In the second half of the year, I do think Ethereum will move towards that range high, and that's going to be my take profit price target for Ethereum, because I've been accumulating on the way down here, on this ultimate lows, on this new range low. Yes, that conservative case is going to be an amazing price target for me. If you're going to be a little bit more bullish, you could be looking at a price target of over 6,000 US dollars. Yeah, could also be highly likely for Ethereum, but yeah, I do like it to be a little bit more conservative with my price target. But also, as a slight little warning, also for Ethereum, we are currently at a crucial phase, at a crucial resistance level, just like Bitcoin is. So that's going to be super important to understand here. Also, Ethereum needs to see continuation higher to truly start being super bullish. But yeah, let's see about exactly that. Basically, it's a bit of a moment of truth within the market now, so we should be aware of exactly that. But yeah, things are of course very bullish. Ethereum is currently leading the way. The Bitcoin versus Ethereum chart is breaking down once again, which is super bullish. And the last time we've broken above this SMA of the RSI, we saw Ethereum taking over. Afterwards, once breaking back above it, Bitcoin took over once again, and now Ethereum is taking over once again. So it seems like the market is trending in favor of altcoins here. Also, because we've just seen a USDT dominant dead cross, so that's also super bullish for altcoins and Bitcoin, because more money will be flooding out of USDT in towards Bitcoin and altcoins here. The last times we saw such a dead cross, it did correspond with big market moves there. And yeah, altcoins are basically still heavily compressing. The other chart is now on these ultimate lows on the Bollinger Bandwidth. So to be fair, that's looking absolutely insane for altcoins, because the last times we saw altcoins compressing in these low Bollinger Bandwidth zones, we saw major breakouts afterwards. So I don't think it will be any different this time. I do think altcoins will be breaking out to the top side once again, and we haven't even seen the true altcoin move yet here, because the Bollinger Bandwidth is still super low here. And guys, that was it for today's update video. I hope you guys enjoyed this update video, and I'll see you guys within the next update video tomorrow.